back from uncertainty, hire a veteran coach, and keep the team together. It's one of the big things in the NBA. And then we've been talking this morning about Dame Lillard. The number 3 pick that the Blazers acquired in that draft lottery really is a fulcrum point as we go into this NBA offseason. Dame has just indicated he does not want another young player. He wants a veteran who can help him win now. But the trade options versus the upside of keeping that number 3 pick are enormous for the Blazers. And which direction that they go, or if they try to split the middle, if they try to keep the number 3 pick and keep Dame Lillard, is that ultimately going to lead them into a corner with Lillard where he would have to make something go, try to make a demand? So it's probably, the Portland situation is probably the most fascinating situation heading into the NBA offseason.
Yeah, with a superstar like Lillard involved in it. And so, Monica, look, if anyone watching knows, I'm an unabashed, huge fan of Damian Lillard. He's only 32 years old. I think people perceive him to be older than he is, which means the way the NBA is now, he's got at least 3 or 4, if not more, years left playing at potentially his very highest level. Should every team right now be trying to find a way to pry Damian Lillard out of Portland?
It has to make sense. And I know that is not breaking news, but Dame obviously wants to win. And so if you got your roster to add Dame and there's nothing left, it doesn't make sense, right? Like Brooklyn, Miami, these are names that are sort of percolating. Miami, to me, would be really curious because I think, and we might deal with this in the finals, it is masterful, it is impressive, all that Miami's been able to get out of some of their undrafted guys, but like, we're now in the finals and it is big-time draft pick versus big-time draft pick.
Right.
So like, what does that look like for Miami? If it was Brooklyn, they got a bunch of different pieces in that trade for Kevin Durant that I think folks are interested in terms of role guys. And Dame would automatically be like the biggest star there, right? Like he comes to the Eastern Conference. I'm not sure what other teams are out there in terms of this conversation, but it just has to make sense because if you add Dame and you have to gut your roster, you're essentially looking at what he experienced in Portland. Philly could be interesting. We got to see what happens with Harden. So I think the teams that are contending should be exploring it.
Well, the good news is I just so happen to have Brian Windhorst.
There we go.
They should reward his loyalty for staying there, trade that 3rd pick, trade Anthony Simons or Shaedon Sharpe, and try to get an all-star to pair with a big or 3 or 4. That's what I would do. You don't need another guard. You got Dame. You got Simons, so you don't need one of those. I'm looking to trade the 3rd pick. I'm looking to trade one of those Shaedon Sharpe or Anthony Simons, and I'm trying to get somebody to pair with him. Who knows? Maybe Toronto might be willing to. I know Pascal Siakam isn't an Anthony Davis or a Giannis, but he might be the best thing that you can extrapolate from someone that is an all-star to pair with Dame.
I assume we're talking about Scoot here.
Scoot Henderson, because it looks like
Brandon Miller would.
We will go too.
Probably.
Been great that they got.
They could go.
One,
right.
2. But it'd have been great if Portland could have got the number 1 overall pick. Now I'll be able to shop that thing around and say, okay, what y'all got for your boy?
Well, I don't think they'd be shopping it. I think they'd be taking it.
No, I'm shopping it. What y'all got for your boy? Yeah, you got a Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown, are you interested in Portland? Yeah, I'm shopping. Skip, you're not winning no Wembanyama right now. Dame ain't got no 5-6 years waiting on the young guys to mature.
Well,
he
if
wants
he's as good as you say a lot of people